I'm Jackie Zimmer. I've been with the Social Justice Committee here at St. Francis for 5 years.
My name is Elena Bell, and I'm a member of the St. Francis Social Justice Ministry since April of 2022.
This is Lourdes Farhat from St. Francis Catholic Church Social Justice Ministry. I've been with this ministry since around 2018.
I graduated from high school and went into the workforce during the first decade of the Civil Rights Act. That act created federal programs that opened doors for Black women and men to enter municipal employment. It was an opportunity, and I took that opportunity because I was able to earn a livable wage, not a minimum wage, and it helped me to afford the necessities of life, and it also allowed me to pursue higher education. I know today there are lots of people that could use an opportunity, and I participate in the work of affordable housing to pass that opportunity forward.
My venture toward this moment started when I was 28 years old and I went through a major life change. I had $500, limited education, and no home. Fortunately, my sister took me in and I lived with her for 5 months until I had a job and enough money to get an apartment. Here at St. Francis, I have seen people who suffer. I've seen people in the church who don't have a home, who are carrying a blanket around.
Before the pandemic, we have seen homelessness around us, but it had gotten worse the last 3 years. Now it's in a crisis mode here in California, in our cities, and in our communities. Living in this country, one of the top nations in the world, I envision people, each one of us, that will have a place that we can call home that is affordable, safe, and stable. Housing is a human right. If we cannot achieve that goal, then justice is not served.
My name is Teresa Perez. I'm the lead organizer with San Diego Organizing Project, SDOP.
My name is Dinora Reina Gutierrez. I'm Executive Director with SDOP.
My name is Sister Madeleine Fitzgerald, Sister of St. Clair at St. Francis Church here in Vista, and I'm a member of the Social Justice Commission.
My name is Luz Godina. I'm part of the Social Justice Ministry here at St. Francis Church. I've been involved with the ministry since 2019.
San Francis Catholic Church in Vista is a huge congregation. They have 9,000 families registered. A large percent of the population in Vista attend the San Francis Catholic Church. There is an organizing committee that we call a social justice ministry in that congregation, and then they are very active. They care about the community, and they have been working, fighting for issues for justice for the community. And we know that housing is a big issue in this moment. So we start doing research with the city council about the possibilities and opportunities to have inclusionary housing in Vista. At the same time, we did also research meeting with other organizations, housing organizations, to find out more how inclusionary housing works.
Once we started to work on inclusionary housing, we got together with different people who were involved with the housing. We did research to find out what had happened in Vista, and we found that Vista had inclusionary housing before, and then they voted it out. So then we started to work with some council members who were supporting us in trying to get it back, getting the research. We got testimonies of people to testify at city council meetings. We formed relationships.
We work externally, trying to build power externally, doing our research meeting with the city councils, with other organizations, with the city manager, to try to push to pass inclusionary housing. And at the same time, we start building power internally inside of the church. So listen in the community. To pass inclusionary housing, it takes more than a year. So that day, January 10 of 2023, then it was the vote, it was a little rainy. So I was worried, and probably not a lot of people is going to show up.
Over 450 people showed up for the meeting.
I was sitting there near the front as I sensed all these people coming in the room. Then I looked at the council members. Two of them had taken out their cell phones and were taking pictures of this crowd. And they were laughing and amazed.
Children, adults, old, young. I was really, really happy that they all came to support us.
We were all very excited because it showed that the power of people. The mayor had to stop the meeting. They had to continue the meeting after setting up chairs for all the people that were there.
The way then the system works is we need to accommodate to the system. That day, the system accommodates to us. And the way then we were able to do it is because a lot of people show up. We get together, we get united to fight for one issue. So 400 people. They start the meeting so to accommodate for us. We knew then we had two votes, yes and two maybes, and one no. So that day inclusionary housing passed, 4 votes yes and 1 no.
I actually thought it wasn't going to pass. It passed by 1 vote, and I was elated when that happened. And the thing I like seeing is a lot of our community who was there to support us, they were like, what happened? What happened? They didn't know that it had passed. And then once we told them, it passed, we won, they were also happy for us and happy for themselves also.
And at the end, after the vote, they take a break, the city council. Each one of them comes to greeting the people and to say hi to the people. There are 2 things that give power: money and numbers. When we get together, and that day, I see the power of the people.
Council is very aware of the power that St. Francis has, and is now sees them as a stakeholder and as part of their decision making. So when we talk about power respecting power, St. Francis' ability to move hundreds of people behind one issue now positions them to be part of conversations that they might not have been before.
With the passing of the inclusionary housing policy in Vista, it was such an exciting time for us because all the hard work for the last 2 years before that happened came to fruition that evening.
Winning inclusionary housing holds decision makers accountable in the way that they're investing and the way that they're also prioritizing impacted communities, communities of color, young people.
I remember a phrase from the now Catholic Cardinal, then he said, we need to disrupt the system to rebuild again. I feel that day we disrupt the system and we build for something, then we need it, then it's housing.
This was one of the actions that brought a lot of just breath and oxygen into the organization across the county. It also set the standard and the bar really high for other teams and for myself as a leader, as a director, to think about more opportunities and further investment in leaders and staff to ensure that we're centralizing opportunities for growth, for shared learning across teams, and also like this is what we do. Like this is the kind of potential we have, and probably more. So it's really also just thinking about how do we replicate this kind of action and this kind of policy win as well, and creating structures for other teams to lead and to create vision for their own cities too. I believe that those families and that team is never going to be the same anymore. They're going to see this as part of who they are, and that's what we do. That's when we say we develop people. It's those moments. It's the 400 people in City Council, and it's the fact that they were led by Father Ruben, and that the family that first started talking about this now has 400 people behind them.